Welcome to Soccer As We Like It, the Man United direction. Manchester United 0, Aston Villa 1. United lose second home game in straight. First Premier League game of the season. They've lost at home. We have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Today, joining us, we have Adam representing Australia. Adam, welcome to the show. We have Vimal and Princess Sienna representing UK in the house. We have representing America, Houston Red Army. We have Bems, the controversial one. Bems, welcome to the show. We have the analyst, Sammy. Welcome to the show. And we have the peacemaker, Joe. Welcome to the show. Let's get right into it. It's all gone pear-shaped today. It's all gone wrong. It's all gone left. It's all gone wrong. I'm going to start with Adam. Adam, we had the podcast with Joe last night. You predicted 3-0. He predicted 1-1. I don't know where to start. Adam, give me a first 1 minute refresher. What went wrong?
Okay, so for me, like first things first, before we blame Ollie, Pogba was missing passes in 4 yards. Ronaldo was kicking balls into his chest. Bruno missed the penalty. He went into row Z. De Gea went colourblind for a little bit, passing the ball around. Shaw was poor. It was a disaster today, wasn't it? But it's something we've seen before. So yeah, it's hard to put into words how we keep putting in these performances. I don't know where to start, to be honest with you. Do you blame Ollie? Do you blame the players? And it's just, Villa fully deserved their win. We're the ones that look like the team that was sitting back and letting them come on to us. So whether the goal was controversial for us, or for them, it didn't matter at the end of the day. They got the 3 points and we didn't.
Okay. Vimal, step in for UK. Where did it go wrong today, mate?
Where did it go wrong? It probably went wrong in terms of preparation. So what are these guys doing to prepare for these matches? How much information are they being given on the way Villa going to play? Are they prepared to deal with a high press? Are they prepared to deal with a low block? So, what do we see in the 90 minutes is the outcome of all of that preparation and that planning that's gone into this team, which looks like not much. So I think whatever the coaches are doing, whatever strategy the manager has, if there is one, I don't see it, because every team puts up a low block against us. We can't break them down. We don't know how to break into that final third. And when we do, we're kind of flustering a lot of our shots. So I think there's a lot going on in the background that we don't see, and it's just all going wrong.
Right. Thank you, Vimal. Sammy, step in, please.
Yeah, obviously, it's a very frustrated performance. So when we win a game, it's a cumulative effort. We all have to praise players and the coach. When you lose, we also have to blame everyone. It's not about like we can cherry pick one player or even Ole for that. Everybody has to, share the same responsibility for this loss. The way we started the game, it was surprising that we didn't even score a goal within 20 minutes. When you're making too many shots, and Greenwood was really bad in like finishing up today. So, and at the end, that's gonna bite. That's gonna bite you off. When you miss too many chances. Football is all about scoring goal. It doesn't matter how much position you have, how many shots you target. If you're not gonna put the ball back in the net, at the end, it's gonna literally come back at you. And that exactly happened to us. I'm gonna give credit to Villa for literally showing the resiliency. They literally went into their formation. So you have to give credit where it's due. Okay, so we literally failed as a team, and Ole has to take the responsibility as well. But I'm not gonna let other players off the hook. It's not about Ole, it's about the players. The way Bruno failed to make the penalty count, that's really bad. And I don't know what happens, why Cristiano Ronaldo didn't take the penalty, whether some kind of a decision made by Ole before the game, but I think that was not a good decision. So Cristiano Ronaldo, it doesn't matter, he lost a penalty against Portugal. When he's on the field, he should have taken the penalty, period. Okay, so I feel that I'm going to actually blame everyone for this loss. We failed as a team. That's
Okay.
it.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Sammy. Bems, come in here quickly for a minute. Introduce us. What went wrong today, mate?
Hey man, it's different day, same old BS, same old shit.
Okay.
And we've seen this before. It's nothing new. I mean, it's singing the same song, man. I mean, it's clear as the manager. Like what tactics did he set out to play? Consistently playing McFred every single week. He always falls back to McFred. We bought Varane in the hopes that he won't play McFred anymore. But we still play McFred. And we're still playing with that back six. So why spend the money on Varane? Why spend the money on Sancho? If he needs the top class players to help him play better football. Well, I don't see anything. I don't see any changes. I don't see any difference at all. Zero. So it's just the same old, it's the same shit, different day, man. Like, I mean, if we can't see that this man is not the man to take us to, isn't over the hump, then I don't know what else to say. We're not winning any trophies on this manager. You can get Ronaldo, you can get Messi, you can get all you want, but you ain't winning shit with this coaching staff and man. It ain't happening. It's not happening. I don't know what else fans want to see. It's not happening. We were terrible today. And the reason why we're terrible is because of the coach and the manager. The tactics is shit. Bruno should not be put in a position where he has to save the manager every single time.
Okay.
We shouldn't. It's simple.
Right. Bems, thank you. Let me bring in the peaceful one. Joe, what went wrong today? Right? We want to watch along as well. You joined the watch along. What happened, mate?
I mean, we could easily play the same exact way against Villarreal and smack them 6-0. Just as long as Villarreal doesn't learn from this game. If Villarreal watch this game, they should be able to beat us. If we decide to play exactly the same way. Teams have figured out that if they stack the midfield, right, and they press us, especially when we play McFred, they at the very least are going to lower the amount of chances that we created by at least like 60%. I have no freaking like official stats on that, but you can tell our ability to move the ball faster, our ability to move the ball forward and create better passes and put in our forwards in a better position is extremely stymied when we have McFred in the midfield, right? That's how we started off, right? And my thing is, I have to give it to Ole, because the thing about it is, there were moves that we were asking for. There were players that we were asking for.
Right.
We've been asking for these players for years. We've been asking for a right winger for years.
Yeah.
We've been asking for a top
Central
central defender.
We
for
got
years.
it.
We got the right back with a good defense that we needed. We got a great left back, right? But I'm not seeing Ole and the coaching staff change our game. It's almost as if we're playing last year's strategy with this year's players. Yeah, I mean, at that point, what was the reason? I'm not seeing our wingers and our backs overlap. We're not even crossing the ball.
Right.
That has to be coaching, because
Right.
you only got to see Greenwood cut the ball in once or twice. If it was his job, if he had been coached, or if our wingers have been coached to cross the ball, when they're not doing that, it shouldn't take long before some leader on the pitch, either Bruno or Cristiano, whatever, let that person know. We start seeing those things come to fruition. But it's not even like we're even attempting those things. Yes, on top of that, the players were shite today. We had some. Maguire had a stinker. We had a couple of guys that
he and De Gea, I
work.
don't know what went wrong today. He nearly put De Gea in this bad.
Oh, I know what
De Gea
happened.
said De Gea asked for the ball to the right. Right. Let me get in.
They had fucked around, got man of the match. Freaking babysitting Maguire today.
Right. Let me get in. Kay, welcome to the show, representing UK. How are you, Kay?
But sorry, I'm late. Just
That's all right, mate.
Moving out, so it's
Right. You know everyone. You know the crew. You know Adam from Australia. You know the UK crew. You know Vimal. You know the American crew. Now, in a minute, what happened today, mate?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't watch the whole game back to front. I watched like the last 5 minutes of the first half and patches of the second half, but it just
We didn't
it's
miss
in
much.
fact some of the others have said it's nothing new. Was I shocked? No. Was I upset? No, because it's what I had expected.
Wow.
But it just hurts to lose. But it's just at Old Trafford, we've got the likes of Ronaldo, Pogba, Greenwood,
Even Cavani.
Cavani, Ronaldo on the pitch, and we can't score at home. That's disgraceful for me. Like, is it Old Trafford? Like, it's I don't know. I just think Ollie's bitten off more than he can chew. Ronaldo coming, people don't realize how much people thought Ronaldo coming in will take the pressure off Ollie because he's a match winner, but I think
No.
it's intensified the
Not at
pressure on
all.
him. 'Cause
Okay.
people are expecting more now. I know everyone's crying out for the CDM, but no manager gets every single position filled by
Right.
a player.
Right.
We've got that team. Like someone said it to me today when I was coaching one of the parents. Ollie, if Ollie was in the Liverpool team, would he improve them or make them worse? If he was at the City team, would he improve them or make them worse? If he went to Chelsea, would he improve them or make them worse? And he's not going to improve them at any of those clubs. So why are we
He'd
still
relegate
worried?
them.
Yeah. Let's
Whoa,
start with
whoa,
someone
whoa. Hey,
way out of
hey.
his depth. I know Mourinho was sour, he won things, but all Ollie's done is made it feel a nice vibe and a cool
Yeah.
place to be. That's all he's done for me.
Yeah.
And that's
Right.
not good enough for Man United.
Okay.
And can I add something to that, team? Just
Yeah,
to
go on, Sammy.
add on that. So, I mean, the thing is like that, I don't think so Ole is going to get us relegated. The thing is like that, it's difficult to understand, is it the best, Ole has the best question we should ask? Maybe that's all he could deliver. So based on that, maybe his potential is to take us to the second or third position. Maybe he can't take us to the, like
Next level.
I think that's the one I guess our management needs to sit down and needs to understand, or maybe he needs to talk to Ole, and this is what he could do. I mean, that's, I guess at the end, he used all his tactics.
Yeah, but the board is
But they're
happy.
just giving him a
The- the-
3-year
the-
deal.
Well,
So they
Sammy, finish.
No, I mean,
believe
go ahead,
that he's
please.
going to win. They've given him a 3-year deal. So they believe that he can get better.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
The
we
board are gonna keep
we
him.
all saw today
They're
the
not gonna
lack
give him a
of
1-year deal.
creativity. We saw the lack of creativity. As there's the lack of creativity with McFred. Do you think Matic and Van de Beek would have done something different from McFred today? I'm going to start with Bems quickly.
You said, you asking if Matic and
Say
Donny
he
was
did not
better?
play McFred today. He played a different combination. Would it have been a different outcome?
Oh yeah, we would have won that game if we played different midfield. If we played Donny and Matic in that game, I think we could have won. Not we could have, we would have won. Because if you watch the way McFred play, they don't control the midfield. They don't offer anything going forward, like zero. All they do is just run around, win the ball.
Tomini was terrible.
Tomini was
They
bad.
don't offer anything going forward. So, and that's where, to be honest, that's where we lacked today. That midfield was just totally trash. If you put Donny and Matic there, at least Donny, you're gonna get forward progression with Donny. You're gonna get forward progression with Matic too as well. Yes, I know Matic does a sideways passing, but Matic is a specialist CDM, and he knows how to cover that back forward. He knows how to feed the ball forward. Donny will get forward too at times. I mean, it's you're taking quality players, putting them on the pitch. You're gonna see something different. It's like, I mean, of course, like when you buy a Ferrari, I mean, you get what you deserve, right? If you buy a Toyota, that's you get what you pay for. It's just
Right.
that simple.
Right.
Yeah, if you play quality in midfield, you will win. I think you create more chances. You give Cristiano Ronaldo more chances, and I mean, it's not hard, man. Football's not hard. It's simple.
Okay. Right. Adam, if we had changed that combination of taking out McFred, because it was so predictable that even you and Joe said the lineup you both said last night is exactly the same lineup he put, because it's so obvious that we all literally know home and away, we know what Ole's going to put out there.
Look, I've said it before, if you don't have a decent midfield, there's no point in having Ronaldo up there, so unless the ball's been moved from the back through the midfield and then into the forward line, you're going to create nothing. And that's exactly what happened today. We had Matic and Donny play against West Ham midweek, and we lost that game. But I really believe today, if we had Donny in that midfield and Matic in that midfield, it would have made a difference. They do switch the ball out a lot better than McTominay and Fred. But I actually thought Fred in the first half,
Yeah.
didn't play too bad.
Exactly.
Actually, but it might have been more defensively, I was thinking, than attacking wise. But yeah, look, hopefully, we keep begging for Ollie to change it, and he won't. So at the end of the day, I've got to agree with Bems. It comes back to management every time. This combination has got to change, and I know that boys have got the points for them because they have been winning a lot of games together, and that's why Ollie plays safe with them. And I agree with that's why we brought these other players in so we can play bit more attacking football and not have two sixes play. But while ever they're there, we're not moving the ball correctly through the midfield and up to the
Not with
forwards.
McFred, they won't.
So we're gonna be struggling again. And the worst thing about it is we've got Villarreal coming up and Everton. And unless something changes drastically, I really can't see us improving. When we haven't improved, we haven't improved. I was ready to put my boot through the TV today.
Right. Vimal, step in. With the creativity of McTominay, McFred today, a different combo, would there have been a bigger difference today?
Yes, definitely. There is no creativity with those two. Fred lacks any real technique, any real composure. What he's there for is just to break play up, and that's what he does. That's what he's good at. He's good at tackling.
And
McTominay, for me, was missing for a lot of the game. He's just pretty much the same as
even the crosses were overhit.
Awful. I mean, saying crosses as well. Dallo is pretty bad at crossing as well. Even though he stepped in on the left or right.
Joe,
even against
hold
West
your
Ham.
horses there, bro. I see you celebrating.
The guy can't cross. If you cross the ball in from right or left wing, you need to get it over that first man, get it into that box, let it reach a player. His crosses were always intercepted. But back to Fred and McTominay, it's our method, our play is so predictable. Every manager knows that Ollie is just going to go with the same 11. He knows exactly how they're going to play. He knows that they can boss those guys in midfield. You play with a heavy back six, there's no creativity, there's no outlet. You're putting too much pressure on the people up front. And the point of having someone like Van de Beek, who I think played brilliant against West Ham, and Matic as well, and a little added extra with kneeing that guy in the balls, it's just a nice little added touch there. But those guys, when you control that midfield, you get players into the game and the confidence grows. When you're only just tackling and trying to survive, your confidence is gonna decrease. So the whole point, and this is what Barcelona do, what Bayern Munich do, what City do, is that you get hold of that midfield, you pass it around, ping, 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 pass it around, get players into the game, confidence grows, you start realizing that you're controlling this game. Villa did that to us. We had zero control over the game. They were all over us. They were all over our back six.
I thought they were the home team, mate.
Yeah, I mean, they play with some real purpose. We are just scrapping away. And Ollie doesn't seem to realize that those two sitting in front of the defense cannot impact that game in the way that we need to impact it. And this is how we lose control of the game. We lose control of the team. Those two have got to get out. Have them as backup players. Try something else.
Right.
But the problem is that Ollie doesn't take those risks. He plays it safe, and he plays the same thing again. It's just on repeat.
Right. Sammy, the combo today.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to say anything different than what my fellow Reds already mentioned. I mean, starting with McFred, it's again a terrible decision. I mean, you saw me like in a posted early in the morning when the lineup came up, and I said that McFred, yeah. I mean, that was my first reaction, because the way Matic and Van de Beek played in the midweek, yeah, we lost the game, but you need to understand that they literally controlled the midfield. It was our bad decision that we didn't finish well.
Final third.
But what McFred do different, like if you see that they don't have any creativity, Fred did perform a little bit better, like Adam said in the beginning, like first 15-20 minutes. But McTominay, he was just like running around, like, he's not playing soccer, playing something else. Like that's not the way you play. Like you got to be creative. You have a player like Ronaldo up front. You got to think about how you can feed ball to him rather than just trying to always think about how he can win the ball. And he's not doing his job in defensively as well. So I don't understand that Ole's tactics of starting with McFred. I mean, I really don't get it, because the way we are playing, only time you can start with McFred when you're playing in Newcastle or even Leeds, you're playing open. But when you have like opponents like sitting deep down, like you can't start with them because they don't have any creativity. And I don't know how many times I said that, but risk of being redundant. Fred is the worst Brazilian I've ever seen in my life. So I don't know how he made it to Brazilian team for that. Like I don't. Copa America
He's not
standard is
Brazilian.
so low that they can actually
He's not Brazilian,
like
mate.
Fred in that tournament. But it's so bizarre. Like I just can't believe that we still going with that. And I'm going to blame our management not getting a CDM. So that's why we are still in a position. I mean, our management thinks that, having Ronaldo will definitely win the game, but they don't care that, like Ronaldo also needs a ball. He's not like a young horse like he was a few years back, when he can just literally just play on the, down the middle,
Right.
and just he creates starts from our defensive end. He needs someone to pass him the ball. And I don't see anyone who will be the creative, has the creativity. If Bruno,
Okay.
Bruno was playing really better in the first half. That's when we actually created most of the chances in the first half. But as soon as Bruno started playing shit in the second half, there is no, position. There's no ball position there. I mean, Ronaldo was not getting any ball. It's just like we literally did brilliances to win the game. You can't win a game like that. If you really want to be a champion side, you have to play as a team. Where is your team game there? You're just relying on, Ronaldo will make some run, or Bruno will take a free kick, so we can maybe win a game. So, that's
Okay.
not the way things work, Ole. So he really has to think about it.
All right.
Anyway, enough said. So that's
Joe.
kind of my way. Like McFred, they're useless for us. I don't want them to be starting in next lineup. But again, as long as Ole is there, they will start.
Joe, this combo today. You and Adam predicted this yesterday, but did you
Yeah.
expect a different outcome considering it was a home game? Kind of, right? We kind of
No. Actually, no. I thought it was going to be. I thought Fred and McTominay played exactly what I have zero expectation for them to turn into Scholes and Carrick. That's just not gonna happen. So but I thought that Ole, and this is why I put faith in Ole. Ole has to see
You
the
do?
deficiency that we have. Well,
Okay.
I'm not Ole out. So right now I'm like still giving him.
He's
I'm
winning
still
the
giving-
Champions League, otherwise he's gone.
Yeah, man. I mean, I would imagine Ole sees the same deficiency, and he, being the professional that he is, finds a way to get the ball to our forwards. I would imagine if you can't go it down the middle, then hit him on the sides, right? But then we're not doing that. So it's like he's putting them out there and just hoping for the best. That's basically what Ole is doing. And this is how he saves his job. The league has figured out McFred. If he can't come up with a better way to get out to progress the ball, then he does not deserve to have that team. And that's plain and simple. Ole, like McFred can no longer be his plan A, because that's done. That's like the simplest and the bottom feeders of the league have figured it out and know how to play with McFred. The same way Troy Deeney and teams like Watford know if Lindelof is in that lineup, he knows to target, like, get that dude right there. I'm gonna man mark this guy, just kick the ball over his head and let me do my work, right? The same way teams had figured out Lindelof, teams have figured out McFred. So all it needs to manage it and get better in that.
Okay. Is it me? But I thought during the beginning of this season, Ole said there's going to be more attacking football from this United. This was even before Ronaldo. Did he not say something like that? Or am I imagining he said that? He said something like that, right?
Yeah,
Sure, it's
like-
just only PR.
Like I said before,
I'm not sure. Let me see.
Ollie's wife got to be looking at him like and looking.
Ollie's-
She's got to be looking at those press conferences. It's like, oh my God, I did not know you were this good of a liar because Ole lies his ass off. He'll say anything. Like if only he can just Ole can run for prime minister if he wants. He's that good in front of that microphone, in front of those cameras. So I don't believe anything Ole says anymore.
Right. Okay.
How can you not be Ollie out then if you don't believe anything he says?
Because I've always
PR
felt like
consultant.
if I've always felt like he
Oh God.
Oh, touche.
Oh, man.
All right. Let me bring Kay into
I've
this.
always felt that
Okay.
he should have.
Okay. That
Yeah,
you saw the combo today. I mean,
yeah.
we saw Matic and Van der Beek on Wednesday. Yes, they didn't win the game, but there was more attacking. It was the final third between Mason, Martial, and Sancho did not finish off whatever, and Lingard shooting from 50 yards. But today, these two, they don't even attempt to create anything. But what I'm saying is like, at home, why are we so defensive at home? Why are we playing safe at home? When you should go out there and destroy teams. The only compensation today is Chelsea lost. That's the only good thing out of this today. The only good thing. So City have lost, Chelsea lost, United lost. That's the only thing keeping me like, okay. But I don't want to, I can see a few more losses coming up. And that is what is scaring me. A few more. We got, but hey, okay, talk to me, please.
Yeah. But for me, when it comes to Chelsea losing, I didn't watch the game, but for me, it's the performance that I'm worried about. It's not even the results. If you play well or try and you lose, then you can accept it. But the performances haven't been good all season. I haven't seen one game where we dominated most of the game and played well. When it comes to Fred and McTominay, I don't even blame them. They're only as good as they are. They can only do what they can do. It's like putting any of us in a Formula One car with Lewis Hamilton. He's got the best car. He's a great driver. We could have the same car. We're not going to perform the same way. So for me, with Ollie, like some of the guys were saying, for me, it's not the personnel that's the problem. It's the system. And he's playing Van der Beek and Matic in a team where it should be switched around. Matic and Van der Beek should be playing in the squad that played today. Fred and McTominay should have been playing midweek. He's almost playing those two as first teamers when they should be the squad players. And I think it's going back to loyalty. Yep. When his job was under pressure, these guys saved him and he just reverts back to it. So for me, he's just playing safe. And
why playing safe at home? Why are you playing safe? What are you scared of at home? You
You'd
have 70,000 fans cheering you on.
But do you know what it was? It was that away record. Remember that away record? He was getting away with things. So he's just thinking, win the away games, just don't lose at home. But now teams are figuring out, like others have said, everyone knows the way we play. It's so predictable. Aston Villa, when they played Chelsea a couple of weeks ago, they did the same thing to Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea were lucky that game.
The only difference is Tuchel was smart. He took Saul Niguez off because he knew he was struggling, changed the game. They won 3-0. All he hasn't got that in his locker. He's just
that's what we don't have.
Persevere.
Okay. Guys, sorry, it's Ken here, man. This guy's got to go, man. I've had enough. He's just a fraud. Do you know what I mean?
Hi, Ken. How are you? Ken representing UK. Ken, can we see you?
I'm good. But yeah, remember we had this meeting. Like, was it two seasons ago? And I was backing Ollie, and rightly so, because with me, I'll always back a manager that comes in anyway. Give them 2 seasons to kind of get their identity in, get their players in, the players they want, get their philosophy in. And after two seasons, if they still can't perform, then they've got to go. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Someone like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who should have really been sacked after the Europa League rubbish, he should have been sacked after the Europa League. I don't understand why he's still there. Do you know what I mean? It's just not working. He's just not good enough. He's out of his depth. And players, like I said earlier in the group, everyone said we needed the right winger, right? So actually, let's start with No,
We have one.
let's rewind. Yeah, let's rewind. We needed a centre back.
We got it.
Dynamic centre back to partner Maguire, right? We went out and we got the best in that position, right?
Yep.
And we're still conceding goals. We've only kept one clean sheet in 6 Premier League games. Yeah.
Right.
Then we said, oh, what's missing in the team? We need the right winger. Okay, who's out there? Oh, it's only Jadon Sancho.
2 seasons we've been chasing him.
Yeah, the youngest, the youngest and brightest right winger in the world, tearing it up in Bundesliga. 120 million. We thought, nah, we'll wait. Spent 3 years chasing him. Finally got him, and then we put him on the left. Is this guy insane? On the left, how many players have we got playing on the left? We got Rashford, we got Pogba, we got Martial.
Yeah.
Even Lingard can play on the left. The problem has always been on the right, because when you put Rashford on the right, he goes missing. When you put Martial on the right, he goes missing, right? So we got Sancho to fill that right foot wing forward position. Everyone's excited. My man sticks him on the left, and now he's not even good enough to start a game against Aston Villa. It's just embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I don't even know what else to say. So yeah, he's got to go now. He's got to go. I mean, it's not.
So Ken, you're done. You're done with him.
Yeah, I was done after the Europa League.
Well, wait a minute.
As soon as we lost that Europa League, I was like, yeah, he's got to go. Because that Europa League, David Moyes would have won that Europa League final. I'm telling you now, David Moyes would have won it. Mourinho would have definitely walked it. Van Gaal would have won it. All the managers we've had would have won that Europa League. He didn't make any changes. In-game management, yet again. You know? The changes, let's look at today's game.
Oh,
the changes
they can't finish.
Today,
okay.
Yeah. The changes he made today were forced. The first one, Maguire got injured. When did Maguire get? 75th minute? You got Donny on the bench, right? Why are we bringing on? Yes, he brought on Cavani, but who's going to get the ball to Cavani? You got Donny van der Beek on the bench. Bring him on. Take Fred off. You got to go for it. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. Yeah, rant over.
Thank you very much, Ken. Yes, it's good to get it off your chest. We're here to get it off our chest. We take it easy. Right now, as we've all said, the Mook-Fred combo is not working. As we can see, Adam, do you think Ole has a plan B with the players he has? This team, we talked about this before during the season as the season was progressing, as in he has enough quality in that team. We're blessed with an abundance of attacking. The midfield, okay, but if he uses the right combination, they could create something for the forward players. But we're still playing like last season. It's like using the same car with a new engine and still getting the same performance. You need to change a lot. The car needs to be changed. You see what I mean? So, Adam, why is Ole not having a plan B? Why is he like he's stuck with a simple system that is so... Why are we playing cautious at home against Villa?
That's like saying, why did Pogba pass it to every person bar our player? Or why did De Gea not pass it to Wan-Bissaka? Why did he pass it to Aston Villa? Or why does Fred always turn over the ball? So you can't blame these. We're talking like if we were playing park football and we're making those passes, we get in trouble from our manager, right? Or our coach. You know, these players have got to be held accountable as well as Ollie.
True.
You know, these blokes are paid millions and millions and millions of dollars, $40 million. You know, we're talking, it's ridiculous money they're getting paid, but yet they're still basic passing to the opposition. And it's week in, week out. You know, as much as we talk about what are they doing at training and stuff like that, they still should be completing passes at training.
That's true.
So you just don't lose that talent overnight. So, you know, as much as we want to blame Ollie, we've got to blame these players as well. It's disgusting how we're...
Can I respond to that? Can I respond to that if you don't mind?
Go on,
yeah, go for it.
The reason why you can't blame the players is because if you look at Lampard at Chelsea, for example, the same players came in and won the Champions. If someone told you that Frank Lampard, that Chelsea would have won the Champions League when Frank was there, you would have said no. You'd have bet your mortgage on that. You know. Now look at Chelsea; they're a different team. A manager basically exhibits his character onto that place. Another example is Jurgen Klopp. Look at the team that played against Norwich in the Carabao Cup midweek. The same system. You think Mane is playing, you think Firmino is playing. They all do the same thing. What's his name? Robertson gets injured. Shimikas comes in. Is even playing better than Robinson because these managers have instilled an identity.
Oh, mate, I totally agree. Players. Every team we play against looks better than us.
Yeah,
I've just been watching 4 or 5 games here simultaneously. And they all look better than us. When they finish, they look better than us. I totally agree.
Yeah, if the team that we've got is more than capable enough to beat Aston Villa at home.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
To beat that team that played West Ham in midweek should be walking over West Ham. West Ham played their second team and they look more dangerous.
I still don't believe our players should be making basic passing mistakes.
Without a doubt.
It's because of the system. The system, the players, they can pass.
We're talking 4-yard passes.
Okay. Yeah, no, they make passes, but the passes that they need to make, like thread, to open up defense splitting passes, that comes from the manager. The manager is still okay. Look,
Fred is not capable of doing those.
He's not capable.
No, Fred's not good enough. Fred's not good enough.
Not a good example.
But if you play Fred, if you give Fred to someone like a Tuchel now or Pep, you see a different Fred. I'm telling you now, if Fred goes to Man City, if Fred goes to Man City, you'll be like, do me a favor, guys, go and look at Fred when he was in his old club. I can't remember, it was in Turkey or
in Russia.
In Russia, yeah. Go and look at Fred when he was there and compare.
Yeah, Fred looked good.
That's what I mean.
In Shakhtar Donetsk.
Right.
And actually, Pep wanted Fred too before he came to United. So
okay, let me go to Sammy.
I'm not about to look at. Wait, I'm not about to look at.
I'm going to go to Sammy and Bems. Sammy, with what we have now, shouldn't Ole have a better combination than the same one-dimension system?
Definitely. And to be honest with you, I mean, maybe a lot of you will disagree with me. I like the formation he put together for the midweek game, the 4-3-3. Okay, I mean, I like the way the Matic and Van de Beek was literally holding on the midfield. It's too bad that we didn't actually win the game because we lost too many chances. We didn't actually capitalize. The Marshall was awful on that day. But I like the formation. I mean, I feel like sometimes we need to, Ole needs to try some different formation. And again, I mean, the problem is it's not about the attacking lineup, not with the defense. It's that the same defensive midfield, the McFred. I mean, if we can start with Matic and Van de Beek, why won't we just give them like few games, not like just rotate them and just keep them for cup games? Why can't Ole just show them the same trust where, like he already showed to McFred? We already tried McFred too many times, since last season, it's being so predictable right now. Why can't he change that? Why is so stubborn to try some different defensive midfield combinations, especially when you have a player like Van de Beek is on your bench? And it's not like we just got him for warming up the bench. So that's where my problem is. He should definitely start thinking about either changing the formation or at least try to put Matic and Van de Beek in, because I think Matic and Van de Beek in the starting lineup will do definitely better, given the fact that Matic is not the fastest player on the pitch anymore. So he's getting old. He doesn't have the fresh leg, his legs are gone, but still he'll be better than McTominay, who's just running around like in a bunch of old kids and trying to win the ball. He doesn't have any footballing sense, doesn't know how to create attack. And so I'm just literally done with McFred. I don't know how many times I will tell that, but I'm just going to go bizarre if I see McFred again starting lineup in next few games. Ole should start with Matic and Van de Beek, period, for the next few games.
But Bems, why is Ole still stuck with the same plan, especially at home? Why are we still playing this same McFred at home against teams like Villa?
I think the reason
if you can't break these kind of teams, low blocks, why would you not play a more defensive team? It doesn't make any sense.
I think the reason why he's doing it because it worked for him last season. They scraped second position for him last season, so he feels okay. These are the guys I trust. They'll do it for me again. But what Ole doesn't see is that teams have figured us out. that midfield, like teams are now seeing, okay, teams are now knowing how to play us and how to beat us. I mean, it's like I keep talking about the system, the style of play. There is no system or style of play. There's no style of play in this team. I don't know what we're trying to do. There is no
Identity.
plan. There is no tactical, like I hate to say this. I enjoy watching other teams play than watch United. I
100%,
don't enjoy watching
100%,
the two at
mate.
all.
I
It
agree,
is
and that's
really
sad to
boring.
say.
And that
I
really hurts.
agree,
That
totally.
hurts.
Agree.
boring.
I mean, our
It's
so
really
boring.
boring. Like every week, I'm like, I'm hoping maybe this week I'm gonna see something different, but it's the same thing. And like you have these quality players, but you can't you still play like this. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, he keeps going to McFred because of what they did from last season, but you can't keep doing that
He
because
didn't
now
win
you
any
have-
trophies last season. All he did was
He
just
didn't
get
Exactly, he
seventh
did it.
place. It was just
So-
comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, like
Exactly.
talking about what Ken said. After Europa League final, okay, we played that whole Europa League final with no subs, right? And people were saying, because he doesn't trust his bench. Okay. They give you Varane, they give you Sancho,
Exactly.
they give you Ronaldo, and you still can't win a freaking game. Like, what else do you want? What,
Do you know what I mean?
What
It's
else do you
just-
guys want to see? Like,
it's
what do you want to
ridiculous.
see? Like, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, y'all no more. Like, I don't know what to say. It's like, do you want like brothers like Joe? Sorry,
All right, let me bring in Joe.
Joe,
Joe, the peace man. Bems,
no,
I
Joe's
see.
my brother, man. Joe, I really want to see what Joe really see. Like, Joe, what do you see in this guy, man? Like,
Joe,
what do
come
you
in,
see?
Joe. Joe,
Listen,
come in, come in. You've
This'll be
seen
Well, it
Ole.
is.
You see the same tactics. We are at home. We've got better players. We got a Varane now. We're not playing Lindelof and Maguire.
Maguire.
We're playing Varane and Maguire, which is faster. You don't need the BSS babysitting service anymore.
Yeah.
So why is he still sticking to these same guys? With you have a striker, you have Cavani and Ronaldo, you have a guy you chased for 2-3 years, a right winger. Yet
Only to leave
you
him on the
don't play
bench.
him.
Oh,
So
Lord.
Joe, I want to hear why you want
It's
why
ridiculous, man.
Ole is still doing this.
Well, as
He
far as
did
the-
say before the season started, there's going to be a more attacking from United. This was even before Ronaldo came to sign.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yep.
So Joe,
I
I'm
mean-
listening. Let's go.
I mean, two of these statements are true. One, Ole is not going to take us to glory. Two, this is still the best team that we've had in
I,
over 8 years.
we've
This
had
is
a
the
day-
best- this is the best squad. No,
on
no, no,
paper.
no.
On
I mean,
paper, on paper.
on
Stop
paper,
playing,
on
on
paper,
paper.
on paper. Yes, on paper. And it's hard to be a straight up Ole out because we've seen him improve this team so much. Whoa! Don't get. I remember what I first said. I also said Ole. It's clear that Ole is not the one that's going to take us to glory, right?
Why you
But
still in?
I'm still Ole in because one, we don't have a replacement.
Nah, there's
Two-
replacements.
No, we
No,
do.
no,
we
let's-
do.
no,
Conte,
I don't-
Zidane.
Okay, I don't-
Zidane.
Hey, if Zidane is, if I heard that if somebody did the interview and Zidane was like, yes, I would love to play for Manchester United, I'm like, okay, yeah, get him out now. But until that happens, we got to
Zidane's
back
a
this
free
manager.
agent.
Yeah, but he won't beg for it, though, would he?
He
He'll
won't, yeah.
wait. He's waiting
He's
for
got
United
respect.
to come.
Okay.
Nobody's saying no, but it was a
Let me
simple
go
question. Would
to
you?
Vimal. While we still talking about the same thing with new players in a new team, we're still doing the same thing. Okay, so we have low block teams. People come and sit back. We are home. We're still defending with 6 people at the back. Why?
Why? Because Ole's afraid. He's entered.
I can't have him. Go on, Vimal.
Like his volume went up.
Vimal, we've lost you. Kay, let Vimal come back. Kay,
Yeah, so for
why
me-
are we here? Why are we here at this? Why are we doing this again?
the biggest red flag for me was when, I think it was a few weeks ago, when I think people said something and Ollie almost distanced himself from the coach and he said, I do not coach the team. That was a big red flag for me. The fact he said that, it's almost like, are you trying to protect your job by saying that if they don't perform on the pitch, it's McKenna and Carrick? End of the day.
Did you say that, Kate?
Yeah, he said
Oh, yeah,
that.
he said it before.
He said he doesn't coach the
Wow.
team.
He said he doesn't
Wow.
go the team.
Coming from
Well, if
somebody
you
that
know they're
does,
not good enough, get better coaching staff. But it's almost like he's trying to protect his position. And for me, that was a big warning sign. When I heard that, I was like, wow. What other manager would you hear saying that? You wouldn't even hear the Norwich manager saying that about his coaching staff, let alone Ollie.
it was
You
a
throw him
massive
under the
statement.
bus.
Yeah, it was
You
a
throw him
massive
under the
statement.
bus.
Considering he goes out of his way to not throw the players under the bus, even if they play horrendously, he just it's like under the bus you go to the coaching staff.
Yeah.
I mean, that speaks volumes. You're absolutely right. That does speak volumes.
Okay,
That's
Vimal.
not the first time he said it. He said it last
Yeah.
season.
Hold on,
Said it
Ben.
before.
Vimal, come
Yeah,
back.
sorry,
on,
my
Vimal.
headset was playing up. Go
Yeah.
on.
So,
What was the question?
like you said, he's afraid. Afraid of
afraid.
what? At home, he
He's
complained
afraid of
about. He
getting-
complained last season. We don't have fans to support us. You have 75,000 on Wednesday, another 75,000 today. What's the problem again this time?
He's afraid he hasn't got world-class CDM. He's afraid he hasn't got Messi. He's afraid he hasn't got probably the likes of Maradona and Pele. I don't know. The guy is a tiny little fish in a big pond, and he
Yep.
knows it's too big and too deep for him. He just cannot
Mhm.
cope. So rather than getting spanked like he did last season against Tottenham and other horrendous matches where we just looked so amateurish, he plays defensively because he knows he doesn't have the minerals or the tools. Well, actually, he does have the tools. He just doesn't have the game plan on taking on these teams, and even average teams. So I think he's afraid. He's afraid. He knows that he's not good enough. So he has to compromise. He has to play with heavily defensive teams, 7 defensive players every time. Just
And
so
hope
he
for
doesn't
individual
get.
brilliance.
That's it. Yeah.
Say again.
And hope for individual brilliance.
Hope for individual brilliance, but it's putting too much pressure on the likes of Ronaldo, Bruno. Cavani only had 9 minutes to try and save this game, and when he came on, he was amazing. But it's too much for the 4 people to do at the front when you're playing with 7 defensive players.
Right. Adam, where do we go next from here? So when Adam finishes, Sammy coming. Okay, let me just take a quick break. Go on, Adam.
We go to Villarreal next, don't we? So that's what day's that? I think that's Thursday morning here in Oz. Yeah, we've struggled against them. We struggled against them. So, it's hard to stay positive at this stage, and I totally agree with everyone's statement about Ollie. Like, as much as I want to stay Ollie in, but he's really making it hard for supporters to support him. He's really making it hard. I think you got to bring Donny. I think Donny will definitely come in for this game and Matic, but he has to go with his best side. We're talking about Champions League now. We need the 3 points, and we've got to win this game. So we can't keep dropping points in Champions League or whatever it is. Our team's got to be winning. So
do you know why they brought Van de Beek in? I mean, obviously, I didn't know much about him before.
I don't know why they brought him in.
But
No idea.
what was he?
use him,
We
so-
were losing Pogba.
He was warming up. He was
I
actually
think-
warming up when
I think
Cavani
we
was
thought we
started.
would-
So
I think we thought we were losing Pogba.
No,
That's
as
why
in,
we got
why
him.
did we buy him?
Yeah,
Why
but
did we
before
buy
they
Van
were
de Beek?
losing
What
Pogba,
was
I
it
don't
about
know.
Van de Beek that we
because
needed?
we thought Pogba was going to go. That's why.
Yeah, we thought Pogba.
Well,
was
he
gonna
might still go.
Yeah. No, but
Yeah.
COVID. Remember, COVID happened, and
Yeah.
they wanted to get someone in on the cheap, because if Pogba went and we had to go and buy someone, they would have inflated the price. That's why they're going.
yeah,
And Van der Sar done us a deal, to be fair. He looked after us. If it weren't for that,
Hmm.
we would have been in trouble.
Yeah, because he
Can
was
we not-
going Real Madrid, right?
Yeah, he was meant to go to Real Madrid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, I remember
Adam,
that, yeah.
we have Villarreal on Wednesday, right? It's Wednesday,
Yeah,
right?
and then Everton,
Everton on Saturday.
Then
Early
Leicester,
kick off.
then
Both
Atlanta,
home
then
and then
games.
Leicester,
then
then
Tottenham.
So
Tottenham,
let's look at
Chelsea,
the first,
Liverpool.
let's look at the first 2 home games, which is Villarreal Champions League. We have 0 points. We got Everton on Saturday at home. So we have 2 home games back to back. So literally we've had 4. We're going to have 4 in a row. We had West Ham. We had today. We have Wednesday. We have Saturday.
I
So
can't see us winning. I really can't see us winning.
you can't see us being Villarreal.
I've got to start being negative because I try and be positive around the team all the
Yeah,
time.
always. I noticed.
Maybe if I actually
He snapped.
yeah, mate, today's just pissed me off big time, and it
Everyone,
really
yeah.
has. I try and stay positive on these podcasts and stuff like that, but I can't see us winning. I see nothing in our team at the moment that sees us winning against Villarreal, against Everton. Like I said before, I watch these other teams. I see they're organised. You can see even their goal today, Villa's goal. You can see it's a set piece.
Yeah.
You can see it's a set piece. You can see they drew Cavani in.
Yes.
They drew Cavani in. They made sure the referee came over and said something.
Yeah.
They played on his mind. It was the same with the penalty. They all hovered around Bruno. They wanted to just play him off guard.
Psychologize him out.
They just played it smart. Our team would not do that. It's like our team are a bunch of soft cocks and they don't want to do that shit.
You learn that
It's
stuff in kids
true,
football.
mate.
Yeah, you learn that stuff in
Exactly.
kids football.
Yeah, and all we're doing, okay, we're begging for penalties, man. We're begging for penalties to score goals. And
Our
that's the
manager's
truth. If
begging.
anyone can't see that, it's crazy.
Did you hear Ollie's comment before the game? What he said about penalties?
What
Yeah,
did he
about
say?
Liverpool, about Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, he didn't say Klopp's name. but he
I
said
do believe
somebody-
Jurgen Klopp. What Jurgen Klopp said has gone into the head of referees. I see
Yeah, but
that.
move on from it. Fuck, it happened
Exactly.
mid-season last year.
Yeah,
For fuck's sake, you're still dwindling on it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For God's
that.
sakes, man. Did you see him what he said after the game? He was talking about,
Offside.
he was talking about bloody De Gea being obstructed.
Yeah.
Why not give him fucking credit?
The guy is
Give
just
him
a
credit
clown.
and say,
You know what he
it
said
was
about that
smart
goal as
play.
well?
Right. Let Adam
De
finish.
Gea got sucked in by it. De Gea shouldn't even been. If you have a look how far off the line De Gea was, he was mid 6-yard box. Now, I've been around a lot of goalkeeping. For a goalkeeper to start on the middle of his 6-yard box, you're caught out straight away. So you've got involved in that play straight away. So, and all he's done is stuck his hands out. He's protected himself. De Gea's tried to move him forward. He's wedged his studs in. So he's forgotten about the player rounding out and forgot about the header going into the near post. The other one is, why the fuck don't we have anyone on that post?
Yeah.
It's just basic shit. You see other teams, they're so well drilled. We're not well drilled, man. Far out. Tonight's done it for me.
I thought we got
really
a set piece
has.
specialist.
All right,
I thought we got a set piece specialist.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
a guy
what's he
called
doing?
Eric
Hey, he's
Ramsey.
holding the pad. Did you see him holding the
Hey,
pad?
Tim.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim, and guess what? In the group, people are saying, "Oh yeah, we've improved on our set pieces.
We haven't.
We're better on
Oh,
set
man.
pieces." What did I say? I said, let's watch the first 10, 15 games. And if we don't concede these type of goals, then I'll tell you, yeah, we've improved, but I'm sorry, we haven't improved on set
Right.
pieces.
But we've
So-
copped a couple of goals like that now. We've
Yeah.
copped a couple of them. Near post headers.
Yeah.
And we blame Lindelof on the last one.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Remember they saved that the guy did point blank? That would have been a goal if he didn't save it. Remember that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point
Yeah,
blank
that would have been a
save.
goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Villa
Oh.
deserved to win 100%.
Without
They
a
deserved
doubt.
to win. Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
notice,
easy.
if
I
you
would
remember
say they
the
deserve to
first,
win.
in the 50th minute, they cut United open down the right. The guy laid the ball right through the middle.
Oh,
All
he
the guy
slipped.
needed was to tap him. He missed
Yeah,
it.
he
He was
He
2
slipped,
meters
yeah.
away.
Yeah.
He
Mm.
slipped.
But
That
it
was
looked
the
first
sure.
time.
Like,
That was the
Like-
first sign. Then you
It
had
looked
Maguire
short.
putting the guy in trouble. Simple ball, like Adam said, pass a ball to
Yeah.
a goalkeeper near the line.
know.
You're
like
passing.
that pass should be down to the byline. It shouldn't be out in front of
Yeah,
him.
you get
Even the
Yeah.
guy said,
Exactly. You
like,
don't get taught to pass back there. You kick it out of touch or you go up the line.
Yeah.
You don't.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
he's done that 2 or 3 times now where he turns inside the box.
Yeah.
Like, that's basic shit.
Mate, do you
We're
understand how-
talking about, and I agree, Ollie, about Ollie and stuff like that. That's not Ollie coaching him to do that. That's
Yeah.
poor
Just
play.
poor play.
You even see
Yeah,
when he
that is
receives
poor
the
play,
ball.
yeah.
He
Let me
doesn't
bring in
receive the
Bems.
ball on his back
Bems.
foot. He always receives it on the foot going forward.
Right.
And you got to watch these things. He doesn't receive it on his back foot. You know, he won't pass out on his left foot. He'll always pass out on his right foot also. And that's technique. That's not Ollie.
Bems, where
Yeah.
do we go from here? Villarreal and Everton. Where do United go from here?
Oh man, I don't
Can
see us
someone
winning
please
that
mute
game.
the phone, please?
Yeah, I don't see us winning that game, man. I don't based off of this performance, knowing the way Villarreal play, they're gonna sit back, they're gonna soak up that pressure. It's gonna be 2 banks of 4. We struggle to break these kind of teams down. We're gonna struggle to break Villarreal down. I mean, I don't see how we win this game. We haven't created chances in the past how many games? I mean, if you look at a team like Young Boys, which is a weaker team than Villarreal, yes, we went 10 men. We had a red card and we played with 10 men for most of the game, but we still have better players, man. We should still be Young Boys. So now we're playing Villarreal, which is a team
Who
that
are the
we
current
lost to.
Europa League holders?
Yeah,
May I say?
exactly. I don't see how we win this game. I really don't see it because, I mean, again, it's the same thing. Like, is in how do we play? How do we break these teams down? We can't break these teams down. We wait for a moment of brilliance from Bruno or someone else to do something. So it's gonna be. It doesn't look good, man. I mean, and then we go to Everton. That's gonna be an even tougher game.
No, it's home.
So I mean, it
doesn't even matter home or away anymore these days.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because the way we play. The thing is, the way we play, we don't play good football. We don't. At least Ole should at least put his better players on the field. Put Donny and Matic on the field, and let's see what
Sancho
happens.
on the right.
Like, what else do you have to lose? You don't have anything else to lose.
No,
like,
you don't.
You don't have anything. Just put Donny in Matic there, and then put Sancho there, and then let them go play. We will play way better than the way we've been playing.
Are we missing Rashford? Is that what we're
yeah,
saying?
we're missing Rashford.
We are missing Rashford.
We're missing
but-
Rashford?
Yeah, but we should still be winning all the games that we've
Rashford.
lost without Rashford.
Definitely.
I don't think so. I think
but-
the same thing would happen with Rashford. I think the same thing would happen with Rashford.
It's not looking. And
I agree. Same thing
and
would
I'll
happen
say-
with Rashford as well.
And I'll say this: I really don't see us coming out of this group. I don't see us coming out of the Champions League.
Oh, no,
I
it's
don't-
looking that way, isn't it?
Let me go to
That's scary.
Vimal. Let me go to Vimal. Vimal, where do we go from here? Everton and Villarreal back-to-back home games.
Well, like the guy says, that I have the same sentiment. It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. And I think we will struggle to get out of this group as well. You know, last season
Already
we got
in 2
within-
games already.
Yeah,
we're struggling?
yeah.
Bloody hell, mate.
Yeah, but I mean, look at it. We've lost against West Ham. We lost against Villa. I don't, apart from Leeds, I don't think, and is it
Young Boys?
Newcastle. There's Young Boys. Yeah, we're losing against much lesser teams, average teams, but who have much more hunger, more desire. We don't have any, and I begin to wonder, are our players really playing for this manager now? Have they given up on this guy?
Well,
Because
I saw that in Luke Shaw, to be honest with you, today.
Yeah.
I saw that in Luke Shaw. I'm wondering, really, was the injury? And I don't like saying players fake injury. That's for sure. Don't get me wrong here, but to me, he made 2 or 3 errors in a row, and it was like all of a sudden the calf's hurting,
I don't
everything's
fancy it.
hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
this
even
is-
Bruno's penalty. He didn't do his hop, skip, and jump. It
I
was
don't
a
know
little
what
bit-
he was doing.
That was a
Little
bad
bit of
penalty.
hasty, and
Yeah.
he didn't look extremely upset that he missed. And even Ronaldo came up to him and says, almost like he said, "Don't worry about it."
Yeah,
You know, so
apparently,
I think-
I heard some people were saying that we did it on purpose because they don't want Oli to be there. I don't know how true that is.
I
No,
don't
no way.
agree. I don't
Oh
think
man, that would
players.
be lovely.
That's
I
massive.
don't
No, that's
agree.
terrible.
I don't think he
Hold on.
purposely missed it. I don't think he
Yeah.
purposely missed it.
His
But I
preparation
don't
was
think
poor.
he was extremely upset about missing
And
it as
that's a
well.
bad
Yeah.
sign. Yeah. Normally, Bruno's animated. The fact he wasn't
Yeah.
upset.
He didn't look settled when he was taking that penalty. I know they tried to psychologize him. He didn't look settled. He looked nervous.
Yeah.
Did you,
And
did you guys see him
the
walking off
technique he
pitch?
uses is not what he normally does. I don't know. He didn't even the distance between him and the
He's
ball.
frustrated. You can see he's frustrated big time. You know, you can see he's frustrated. Like even like Fred, like he just, even before Ronaldo came, he used to just stand around a free kick. Like, and then he gets in the middle of the penalty there. He's pushing players around and stuff like that. Just fuck off out the way, man, and go sit in the background. For God's sakes, man.
Right.
He's like a tick. He's so annoying.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Let me bring Joe in here. Joe, where do United go from here? Villarreal and Everton back-to-back home games in the next 5 days.
See, that's the thing, right? I'm not the kind of person that's ready to just completely count this guy out, because when this guy's back is against the wall again, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he's about to win Manager of the Year, but when his back is against the wall, this guy shows up. That's either the guy he shows up, or the team, they start making those passes. You know, they start making those runs. Like, so I totally feel like
he's going to be out anyway. You said he's got to win the Champions League to stay in a job, so it won't be long before he's gone.
Champions League or the league. Champions League or the league.
Well, he's winning neither.
But Joe, you know,
that's why I called Joe the peacemaker.
Yeah,
he is.
What?
Next week, the peacemaker, man.
Next week when we smack Villarreal 8-0.
8-0. Wow.
But I'm saying,
probably against six men. They probably have 5 men sent off.
So the thing about us is we've got it's one of the reasons why I support the club. With Manchester United, man, you can't fucking count us out. We're not.
We're not counting anybody out. What we are saying is, we're
talking about United like we're Arsenal. Like we're going to.
No, we're not. No, we're not. Right? What we're saying is, Joe,
what we've seen so far.
He said he needed a right winger. He got it. He said he wanted a faster centre back. He got it.
Striker.
You have a striker. Even that wasn't even the plan. They gave it to you. Like, here you go.
That was icing on the cake.
So what more do you want? What more do you want, mate?
What else do you want?
So why is he still playing like last season, using the same formula? Don't forget, every season teams improve. The teams he was working with last season with this formula, they're not going to still use the same formula. They're going to improve.
Yeah, exactly.
See what I mean?
I almost feel like Ole has a managerial philosophy,
which
is for me
a managerial philosophy. Shit. Come on, Joe, man. You're taking the piss, man.
Adam, now you know why I call it the peaceful one. This is what
taking the piss.
So are you related to Ollie? Are you doing
Mate, today you compared Van Nistelrooy and Greenwood, and now you're saying Ollie's got a. Now you're saying Ollie's
on
got
the podcast. On the podcast last night, Joe was comparing Mason Green with Van Nistelrooy. Me and Adam looked at him like,
I am not gonna.
Joe, is everything okay?
It was late. It was like 1 in the morning. Come on, guys. It's a little late.
Mate, a little late. It's 2:30 in the morning here, and you're giving me Ollie's got a philosophy.
No, I'm saying, okay. So I feel like, hear me out. Let me land. I feel like Ollie's managerial philosophy, right, is that he is loyal, and I feel like
he's what?
Because he's loyal.
Loyal to who?
I feel like
he's loyal to his playing package.
To himself, man. Please.
I feel like with
that guy is just listen. He's just trying to protect his job.
That's all he's trying to do.
He's weak. He's weak. He doesn't take risk, and he's too cautious.
He's a risk taker. He just wants his job. All he knows, all he needs is top 4, and he keeps his job. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's all he's trying to do.
Yeah,
I can guarantee you, if all Ole needs is top 4, and he's gonna be
keep his job.
Do you guys know how much Ole earns in a week? By the way.
Probably like 150
grand a week,
£200,000 a week.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah.
So when you hang on to your job, wouldn't you do everything you can to hang on to that job, even if you're not competent, incompetent? You would hang on to that. Wouldn't you do everything you can?
Think about it. I mean, the only thing saving Ole, let's all be honest here. Let's just be honest. Let's take emotions out of it. If this guy wasn't a legend from the treble team, he would have been done. You
He's
know
not
that?
even a legend. He's a cult hero. He's not even a legend for me. He's a
Hey
cult
Joe,
hero.
just to let you know, there is no other club in the Premier League that would take Ole if he
got
does
sacked.
his job.
No, I don't think he would. I don't think they will take it.
Well,
Now, let me
when
bring
Manchester
Ken in.
United-
Cardiff had him
Let me bring Ken in here quickly. Ken,
Yeah.
where do we go from here? We have Villarreal and we have Everton back to back in the next 5 days. Where do we go from here?
Let's look at what's happened this week, right? So we rested at first 11, supposedly first 11.
Yeah.
To play West Ham in the Carabao Cup, and we
Yes.
lost that.
Right.
And then we bring in our first 11, and we still lost. So, like you're asking, where do we go from here? The answer to that is we don't know. Just like Bems was saying, and Joe was saying, when Ollie's backs, when it's backs against the wall, Ollie does some madness. I don't know if it's some Nigerian juju stuff that he does, and somehow pulls out a win.
But how do you know?
somewhere.
How do you know Ollie's doing that?
I don't
How do you
know.
know when we win? How do you know it's down to Ollie? You don't know for sure.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Anyway,
Where was Mike Phelan again today? Did anyone see?
I didn't see him.
I've noticed that
Again,
it's not all the
that's what I
games.
mean. Again, he's not there.
I don't know. So in terms of Villarreal, we're under pressure now. Huge pressure.
A lot of pressure, bro. With
Anything
0
short
points
of
in the
a
group
win,
already.
we've got to, for us to qualify, right? We've
We have
got
to
to win the 3 home games against Villarreal, Atalanta, and Young Boys, and get a draw, at least one draw away from home. Now we know how our away record in Europe, how terrible it is, So we have to beat Villarreal. If we get a draw, it's a bad result. Like Bems was saying, 2 banks of 4, they're going to make it hard. And Villarreal, a very funny team. If they get a chance, they'll put it away, and then you have to try to break them down. It's not like we're playing PSG that'll come and open up and try to pass, play football. So, and we can't play against the low block. So, yeah, we just have to try and see where we go from there, try and get a win. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen is the answer. And then we move on to Everton. Same thing right now. So Ollie has to change something. He has to change something. I don't think the most frustrating thing is I don't think he'll be sacked until we can't qualify for the Champions League. But
Or
he's got to
United are
change
fighting.
something.
I've always said, the only reason they'll sack Ole is if you lose like 7, 8 games back to back losses, and they see United are not even going to make top 4. They see they're not going to Champions League. Then they'll fire him. Till then, okay, where we go from here?
For me, like I said the last time we was on last week, we've played 11 Champions League games. Ollie's lost 7, won 4. I think the goal difference was the shocking thing. We've scored 19 and conceded 19, and this is the Champions League. So for me, I think that just shows in the Champions League, you can't play defensive every game. Like as a Man United manager, you have to go out and try and win the game. In the league, you can get away with it because you're going to have a lot of lower teams some teams are going to come at you. A lot of teams haven't got the qualities. But for me, I think for Ollie to keep his job, it'll be a blessing in disguise for him to go out. Even though he won't want to, it'll put more pressure on him. But I still think he's going to keep his job, even if he got the Champions League. But for me, I'll just give you an analogy. Ollie for me is like 20 teams in the Premier League. Those are 20 students. Ollie is the student that is truant some lessons, doesn't do his homework, will get his friend to give him the notes and hand in the homework. The other managers have studied, they've done their work, they've come to class, and they've got more options in their locker. When they come to the exam, they're confident. Ollie's one of those guys that's cramming it in the night before, trying to panic. He just isn't good enough. He's just not good enough. So I think, like the others said,
Ollie's me.
Okay. Let's rewind that. Now, I'm gonna ask you today who your man of the match was in this team, as bad as it was. Who stood out for you today? I'm gonna start with Bems.
Man, that's a hard question, man.
If there's no one who stood out, just the whole team was poor. We'll move on. Who was there any player who stood out today? Like, you know what? I'll give this guy a 7 out of 10. So name the player and you give him your grade, and we keep moving.
No, no one deserves 7 out of 10 in that team today.
Okay.
Not for me.
Okay, Adam. Man of the match. Should I go with man of the match review? Who was your man of the match, and what do you grade that person?
Look, I thought as much as Greenwood was shooting all the time and stuff like that, I thought he wanted it. He was trying hard, you know. But you can't give him I'd have to give him a 5 or a 6,
Wow.
just because he was trying. But someone's got to help him out there and tell him to stop shooting all the time. I thought he actually got that out of his game last year, because he was doing that when he first started coming into the side, and then all of a sudden today I think he had about 4 or 5 shots that were just into players or going just beside, and he had a couple of times where he could have squared it up as well. I thought Varane was okay. Delo, I don't know. It's tough today. It was bloody awful. Yeah, it was tough. It's tough today. Yeah, I'm clutching at straws there.
Peacemaker, Joe. Who was your standout player today?
He'll give it to Ollie.
Nah, standout player. If I could, I would. But
You have to look after your clients.
Yeah. Sorry, Joe. I can't help it.
I'm gonna
Just the Aussie way.
Oh, my stomach hurts.
I'm gonna give today man of the match to David De Gea, man, because the only reason,
He made some good saves.
the only chance that we had at that game of getting a point is because he made some world-class saves today. Some of his distribution looked good too, but as far as like the one player that made that big of an impact that could have resulted to us getting a point today, I would give it to De Gea.
And what are you gonna give him on a scale of 1 to 10?
De Gea?
Yeah,
I'll give him 6.5.
6.5. Okay. Ken, who was a standout? Who was there any standout player for you today? And if there was, what's the grade you're giving him?
Yeah, I'll have to go with Varane, to be honest. Because he hasn't put any foot wrong, and he's probably looking around thinking, what have I done coming here? Like seeing what's going on here. I think he's, in terms of like someone doing like the job properly, like it's got to be Varane for me. I know De Gea was very good today as well, put out some great saves.
Yeah.
But Varane has always been consistent since he came into the team. And it's just frustrating that the things are not working for him. So yeah, I'll probably give him a 7. I think he had a good game. Yeah.
Okay.
Quick question about Varane. Quick question. He got it. Okay, so you're giving him man of the match, but I kind of felt like the team defensively lost a lot of discipline when Maguire left, and I was actually looking for Varane to be that guy.
Well, remember Lindelof now came in.
Yeah,
it's hard to be disciplined when Lindelof is there, mate.
Once Lindelof is in, all bets are off.
All bets are off, mate.
I was okay then.
Yeah, all bets are off when Lindelof came in.
I was hoping that kind of leadership is something that was a.
Yeah, you could lead, but if the ringmaster is delivering with the circus and the clown keep messing around, it ain't gonna work, mate. Okay, what player stood out, if there was any, and what are you graded them, mate?
For me, because I didn't watch most of the first half, I missed most of it. And then from what I heard, I'd have to say it was De Gea for me. Right. I heard he made some big saves. It just shows how bad the game was. Like De Gea got the man. For me, got the man of the match from what I saw. But for me, like the one thing I was upset with the corner when I watched it back, you had Pogba and Lindelof. They were literally 2 yards away from each other. Cavani's following the guy that scored the header. Lindelof didn't react. He just stood. And by the time the guys headed it, like as a centre back, I played football semi-professionally. As a centre back, you should be marking the 2 best headers or the best headers in the team of the opposition. You should not be a free man unless you're going to attack that ball. But Lindelof just stood there and got caught under it. So I don't know why some people were doing man marking and some people were doing zonal. I don't understand that.
Joe, it's like Cavani marking.
Joe, does that answer your question, Joe? Joe, you see what I say? All bets are off.
Cavani was marking the tallest man on the pitch.
Cavani was marking that guy. Yeah, it seemed like it was man marking. It's like man zone.
All bets are off, mate.
Yeah.
Vimal, any player who stood out for you, and if they did, what are you grading, mate?
players. Yeah. Oh, that linesman was pretty good.
Who?
But I guess the linesman.
He called a couple of good offsides.
Yeah, he did. He did. He was.
He was
He was
playing
looking
for us.
sharp.
He
Yeah,
was, he
I
was good.
noticed, especially
The one on the
in the
right hand
second half.
side. Yeah,
The
he called a
linesman
couple
was
of good
Yeah.
offsides.
He had an
Man.
eagle eye, bro.
He had a
Because at the
good
time,
game.
Villa were actually looking for a penalty.
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. You know, it's so difficult. You know, when you watch 90 minutes when you're under the cosh and you've got no control of the game, it's quite painful to watch, and it's difficult to enjoy games like that. And so you can't see any real shining stars in the team. And you know, when we're struggling so badly, and it's just happening too much. But for me, when Cavani came on, there was just a little bit of injection of pace and a little bit more composure. And I liked the way we were keeping the ball and we were looking more threatening.
Yeah.
And you know, he won a penalty. He just looked like a live wire. So
And
you know,
at
even
that
though
time, wouldn't you have expected balls into the box now?
yeah,
I say,
yeah,
what?
and you know, we're missing Tellers on the left because you know the left back. He wasn't on the bench, right? I think Bems, you mentioned that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he-
the
he-
LB
he
was
on the
missing.
bench.
And then Delo is an awful crosser. But
He's
when you have
awful.
Ronaldo, and this is what I've been waiting to see, Ronaldo and Cavani playing at the same time, every defense would be scared of that.
Right.
And you know, we only gave him 10 minutes today, but when he came on, it just looked more composed. It looked like we were a threat, but it was too late, and that's indicative of Oli. He acts
Yeah,
too
Oli
late.
won't have the balls to do that, to play Cavani and Ronaldo.
well,
He won't.
nah.
He'll be too scared. He'll
But
be
why-
like, oh,
He won't.
But why
Right.
wouldn't you?
I-
You've got if you've got the best players in the world, you know, at
Right,
their
he
positions.
needs a
Why
team.
would you not play
Ronaldo-
with your best?
He's
Your
got no
best
Nah.
system.
11.
He's got
yeah.
no
He
So
won't.
this is
I-
Oli
I
we're
wanna
talking
feel-
He's a
about.
coward. He's a
I want
coward.
to feel like there'll be a better. I want to feel like there's a better chemistry between Ronaldo and Cavani than Ronaldo and Greenwood.
Oh,
There's something
definitely.
going on with Ronaldo
Of
and
course,
Greenwood.
of course.
But there wouldn't
Super
even be a
selfish.
Because
chemistry
Mason looks
between
like
Ronaldo
Mason.
and
I think
Greenwood.
Mason feels like, oh, the boss is now back. He's gonna ruin my chance of scoring. So every chance I got, I'm just gonna try and shoot. And that's his problem.
That's his
He's
problem.
not there yet. He needs to still
wanna-
work as a team player.
Yeah, you want to
you've
show
He
got-
should
your
be
you've got
told
worth.
this though. He
You've
should
got
be
the
told
you've
this.
got the
Like,
This is what I was
experience.
saying.
Hold on,
You've got the
go on,
experience.
Adams. Then you step in. Adams, what were you saying?
I was just saying, but this is where Ronaldo on that should be stepping in on the pitch and saying something to him. You know, you're not talking about one shot or two shots. He had
Too
four or
greedy.
five. He had 4 or 5 shots. You know, someone's got to pull him aside and say, and I understand people say it should be the manager. But the
But do you
manager's
not
got
think these are signs of desperation? It's like
Yeah,
the team
it-
is desperate.
it-
Lingard shooting, and you know, from
Bruno was
outside the
doing it
box.
against West
It's
Ham.
He was
desperation.
doing it
Carabao
early in the
Cup, yeah, he
game.
did the same.
We're desperate.
yeah.
That's
It all
first
comes down
thing.
to system. There's no
It-
system.
Okay,
Exactly.
Bams, come in.
Yeah, it's just down to system, man, because there's no system. Like, so players are taking upon themselves to try and win the game and hopefully impress the manager that way. But the pressure shouldn't be on the players. The players should be told, okay, this is the way we play. Pass a move is in you run down the wings, you do this, you do that, you be here at this point in time, you cover when he pushes forward. I mean, these are things that is like told to the players that this is what they train on, this is what they do during practice, and then you replicate it on the field. It's just that simple. But when you watch us play, it's like I mean, man, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's just like a system. The system is not there, so the players are taking upon themselves, and then when you continue to hope on individual brilliance, at some point it will wear off. At some point,
Yeah.
you will stop having that individual brilliance. It can only last so long. It lasted throughout last season. It don't look like it's happening that much this season. So let's see what happens. But the system.
It's gonna still happen.
Okay, now
Let's keep
I'm
it.
gonna start
Let's
with
keep
Joe. Joe, what are you grading Ole today for his tactics, substitution, and selection of his team today? Just the grade, no stories, just the grade.
I'll give him a 4.
4. Ken.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to Adam.
Sorry, yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I was just
Okay, Ken,
I'll-
what are you
I'll-
giving Ole for tactics, substitution, and selection of the team today? What are you grading? Just tell me what you grade him on a scale of 1 to 10.
minus 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee. Vimal. Ole.
Ole,
Tactics,
Take his wages.
tactics, selection, and substitution today.
the lowest score we can give, whatever they may be, 0 to 10, it has to be 0. He's awful, man. He's awful. He's out of his depth.
Oh,
Adam.
Sorry, Joe. You need to get a new client.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep that.
Man, you
I'm
got
gonna
Joe
keep that
roast
plan.
today, man.
You're gonna go get.
I'm-
You're gonna
I'm
recruit
keep that
Zidane.
plan. He's gonna be over here for another 3 years.
Guys, we don't know how much
Keep getting that
percentage of that 200 grand a week he's getting. That's what it is. We don't know the percentage.
Right. Adam.
I want to try and stay positive, Foley, but it's hard. It's
I
hard
know.
to stay positive. You
Just
get
let it out.
he just keeps putting in McTominay and Fred, and
Mm-hmm.
so just on that alone, you've just got to frigging give him 2. Even that's
Okay.
probably too much.
Right. That's a lot. Bems.
Well,
What'd you
sorry,
say?
man. I think I'm gonna have to agree with my friend Ken. Ken said -10, maybe even lower.
Wow. That bad? Bloody hell, mate. You guys are.
Yeah,
you
we're
guys
at
are cold.
home, guys, against
Yeah,
Villa.
we are home.
This is
Yeah.
Aston Villa. This is not Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? Like, if we can't, this just proves that we can't win the league. We've seen it.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
can't win the
Yeah,
league.
we can win the league.
In game 6, we're reaching the title off in game 6.
And we can't win the
100%.
Champions League.
No chance.
When Villa fighting a relegation battle? What, last
A few
season before?
Two
Yeah.
seasons ago.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. And how many teams have we struggled against that have been in the relegation zone
Oh,
last
most of
season?
them.
Most of them.
True.
Sheffield
And guess
United.
what?
Writing's
Villa
on the
lost
wall,
their best
man.
player too,
Okay.
and we still struggle to beat them.
Okay. What's the grade you're giving Ole?
2.
2.
Yeah, I agree with Adam. 2.
So the highest was. Joe, what did you give Ole again? Your clients?
We
What
gave
did you
him
give
4. 4.
Give him 4. See,
I
I
guess-
said it.
I gave my client Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a 4. Thank you.
4. Wow. He really is your client anyway. So now the final question is just the whole team with everybody in it, both subs, all 13 players who played today. Give me a grade. I'm gonna start at Bems.
Oh, the whole team
The
performance.
whole team performance.
Oh man, this is tough, man. It's tough, man. Like it was a terrible performance. I can't give the whole team.
So you're gonna,
man.
yeah, you have to, because it's like even the guy did his part, so you're gonna average it out.
Oh man, the hair's the only one. But if I average it out, I'll probably say, I don't know, maybe a 3.
3. Okay,
Yeah,
Vimal.
it wasn't good.
I'd probably say a 4 because
Yeah.
it's they know they've got to go and win, but they just haven't been told how to do it,
Right.
and they've not been given the coaching to go and break down low block teams. So
Right.
they're trying, but it's their leadership is lacking.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same for me. I'm going to give him 3, the team 3.
3.
Yeah, woeful. Probably one of the worst performances.
It was.
It's,
worse.
it's
I've seen
games like
this.
this that I hate watching. I feel like turning off. So 3 for me, yeah.
I feel for the 75,000 who went to watch that today. That must have been painful.
Like I said in the group, well, who would pay to watch that football
Yeah,
and not ask for a refund?
No, especially like Old Trafford. 75,000. That was terrible. Ken, scale of 1 to 10. What are you giving the team today?
Yeah, I'll have to agree with K and Bems. 3.
3.
And that's because of De Gea and Varane.
Right. We go to the peacemaker, Joe.
The team gets a negative. No, I would say 3. Yeah, good.
You actually went with 3, Joe. Oh wow.
Just 3. I want to give him a 2, but because of De Gea and Varane, there was some
And
bright
Ole.
spots, and of course, Ole.
Nice one. Adam, did you grade the team?
No.
Okay. What are you grading
I'm
the team?
just, I was thinking through all that. I was thinking all through that is how well other teams play the low block. That's what I was thinking, how well they do it. And it goes to show just how out of his depth, come to this, how out of depth Ollie is. We're struggling to break them down, but you've got to give credit to these other teams that play it so well.
Yeah.
And it just seems to be every team can play it well. And it's not the players, it's not the teams that are teaching themselves. It's the coaching staff that are installing it into the players. Yeah, and you know me, I want Ollie there, but after tonight, I can't. I'm just listening to you guys judge it and everything like that, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, you've got to flip it the other way. The teams that we're playing against, they're set up so well, and we're just set up so bad.
Villa looks very organized. I'll tell you that. They look very organized.
That's what I was saying. They had set plays, everything like that. You know, you could see it even on free kicks. We look like, let's put two good players on the set piece, and let's just have a shot. That's it. There's no thought behind it. That's all. There's no thought behind it. Like on the average, when it comes to free set pieces on free kicks outside the box, we're not talking about Becks and that scoring, you know, probably every second or third one. We're only scoring every fourth or fifth. So, you know, there's not even any thought process there. So I'm with the boys, mate. I've got to go with 3.
Wow. Yeah, Villa looked. We say Villa looked organized. They looked
very well. There was a guy they called a guy on the left wing, Watkins. He was giving Wan-Bissaka a hard time.
Yeah, because we made them look organized. You know, the thing about Liverpool is when you come to Anfield, they don't care who you are. They put you under pressure. So your game plan's out of the window already. They impose. This is what a manager does. The manager says, I don't care what you do. I'm going to actually impose my system on you. Can you deal with it? Can you deal with my system?
He embraces the side, doesn't he? He embraces the side. Ollie's not embracing his side at all.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't play.
Klopp will tell you, okay, I know you've got your system, you've got your tactics. Can you deal with my tactics? Go on, then I'm gonna bring it to you. Take it. See if you can deal with it.
He makes it like a boxing match, doesn't he?
Yeah. That's why they can't deal with. But we're like, okay, we're just here to pass the ball. If you counter attacks here, you know, down the side, just look for running. You know, what's that? You know, that's why it's not working because we don't have a system.
Right. Okay. Now this is the format last. Vimal, out of everyone here except me, who would you ask? What question would you want to ask any of the members of this team of this forum now? What question would you want to ask?
Today here.
Yeah. And who would your question go to?
So Joe, if Ollie was to lose his job, do you think there'll be another role for him at the club?
I would love to see Ole at an administrative role at the club.
Like secretary to
No.
Woodward.
He can do the ticketing.
Hey man, say what you want as far as what he does on the pitch, but in the locker room, in the team sheet, that's a great team. You can't deny that. That's a great team. He has an eye for players, right? He has an eye for players. He has an eye for guys that want to come to Manchester United and compete.
And he makes them worse.
Like
that's
Daniel
the thing.
James.
He makes them worse.
That's right. No,
he makes them worse. Look at Sancho. Look at Van der Beek. Look at Varane.
Hold on, guys. It's a question that Vimal asked. Let's see what Joe's going to say quickly.
That's why I say he'll be great in the back office, not necessarily on the pitch. You said, would there be a role? I mean, what else is he gonna do? He's not gonna be a fucking goalkeeper coach.
Make him the kit man.
Yeah. Come on, man. Okay, fellas. I get it. Always making us feel some kind of way but let's put a little bit of respect on this guy. He's still ahead.
You respect someone who's won trophies and you see a game plan. There's no game plan. Let's go to Adam. Adam, ask a question to anybody here. And yeah.
Mate,
but not the same guy
it's
twice.
Nearly 3 o'clock in the morning. It's hard to. I'm gonna ask you. Yeah, it's 3 o'clock in the morning here, man. I got nothing. I think I'm all out. To be honest with you.
All right. Let me go to Benz. Benz, where would your question go to?
My question. My question is only going to go to Joe though, because.
Okay, quickly, I'll Joe.
I'm ready.
Go on.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Next question.
Joe, at what point will you see the writing on the wall? What has to happen for you to finally see that Ole cannot take us further than what he's done so far? What has to happen? What haven't you seen
said
Yeah.
it the other
Why-
day.
What haven't you
Champions
seen
League.
now that is in what's happening now that you haven't seen in previous seasons? Why do you
What
still
I-
stick with him?
Go on, Joe.
That's because it's not that I'm sticking with him. I'm just saying he has to be given this year's the opportunity for this season. And
Not
this
3
season,
years.
this
He's given-
season with this squad, he should do nothing less than either the Champions League or the league. After that, he gets sacked. That's it.
But he's
That's
already
it.
showing you that he's not gonna be able to do it already.
Do it
What
exactly.
else do you want
But-
to
I'm
happen?
saying,
Like he's
okay.
showing you.
That I
Okay.
get that, but if we don't have a Zidane or somebody that can really come into this team and improve them, like just go up on all. I don't want somebody coming in, right, and we hit the reset button. That is what I do not want. I don't want
Okay.
somebody coming in with
Sometimes
the same-
we saw what Tuchel did. They won the Champions League, brother. In
Yeah.
5 months.
Yeah,
5
reset.
months.
Like, see,
How
Joe,
often does
let me
that
tell you
happen,
this,
though?
right?
How
Same
often does
playing.
that happen?
This
No. We're
Hold on,
we're
let
always-
Joe
we're-
finish. Let Joe
We're
finish.
always bringing up the Tuchel this. But
Yeah,
out of
we are.
out of all the teams and all the leagues out there, how often does that happen? Where in the middle of the season,
Di Canio, not Di
manager is
Canio,
swa-
Di Matteo. Di Matteo won it. When Mourinho got sacked, he won the league as well.
Yeah,
That's
true.
right.
what
He
year
won
was
the
that?
Champions League.
Yeah.
What year was that? What year was that?
That was
Di Matteo won the
2012.
Champions League.
But Joe-
He won the champ.
But
Yeah.
Joe, check this out, right?
It's not something.
This is
that's
the
always
last
happening.
season, right? This is the last.
It's the last season,
I'm going
last
to tell you
season.
this. This is the last season you're going to have Pogba,
Yeah.
Ronaldo, Donny.
Bruno won't sign. If we lose, he's not going to
Bruno
sign.
won't sign.
Yeah,
Exactly.
why would
Bruno
he?
won't
Why
sign.
would he?
So that's what I'm
Who
saying.
else? Cavani's going to be gone.
That's what I'm
Martial
saying.
is gone in January, probably.
It'll be a massive
I mean,
reset.
It's gonna be a big reset, a complete like when I mean. So why? So okay, the reset is gonna happen anyways.
Yeah.
So
It's a
why
wild
not
ride.
just say, you know what? Hey, I know Conte is probably not like the best option, but Conte, when you talk about tactics, that guy's a tactical. That guy's
Yep.
a tactical
Right,
coach.
right.
So wait a
Okay.
minute, but-
He will
okay.
take this team.
Okay.
Into
Ken,
places.
is there anyone you want to ask a question, Ken?
It's hard. Okay, yeah. The question is, do you think Paul Pogba would sign a new contract? Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes.
Who are you asking?
Seeing anyone, seeing as we're
Hell
so
no.
Who wants to
so
answer that?
rubbish. You
I'll
know, we've
answer that.
lost
Hell
how
no,
many
he ain't.
semi-finals?
I think
He ain't signed
I
no
think Bruno,
contract.
but not Pogba. I think Bruno, but not Pogba.
He's
I
not
don't think
signing.
any of them will sign.
Okay, what do you say?
I said at this moment in time, the way we're playing, the thing is, it's the way we're playing that's the problem.
Yeah,
Why would they sign?
exactly.
Well,
Why
that's
would
part
they
of the
sign? We're
reason why
playing
we're playing
rubbish
the way we're
football.
playing, though.
Why would you sign? Exactly. If I,
What would
I
make
was
them
Pogba,
sign?
But there
I
has
would
to be a
sign.
little bit of accountability.
The
right?
type
Like,
of players they are, I don't
Accountability
think
for
they're
what?
mercenaries that they just want money. They want to play in a good team that plays good football
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
in a
win
good
trophies.
They want
and
to
win trophies.
We already out of the Carabao Cup.
we don't need
Already
the Carabao
out.
Cup.
That's
We
the
don't
first
need
trophy
that.
you can win in the season.
I'm
Nah,
glad,
you need
I'm glad
that.
we're out.
That's why
Easiest.
Pep
I'm
and
glad we're
Klopp,
out.
they always try and win those trophies to,
Yeah.
to set a winning mentality.
Exactly. That's what
Why
I'm
would, he,
saying.
why, would he stay, why would he sign? We were
Because my
at the final of Europa League last season. That was a chance for Ole win the freaking trophy. He couldn't win it.
That could have been
Why
two
would they sign
trophies,
him?
Bemmy. Bems, that could have been two trophies: the Europa League and the Super Cup.
God,
Exactly. 2 trophies, right? Just right there. And it's gone. I can guarantee, and I've said this last season, we will not win a
Don't
trophy.
win
this year.
anything.
We're not winning nothing. Zero.
Joe, do you want to ask anyone a question before we go?
Yes, I do.
And your question goes
I wanna
to
ask. This question goes to my man Bams. Hey,
Of course,
Um,
I know it's
if
coming to me.
Ole fucks around and actually wins either the league, I know you said that he's not gonna win anything, right? But if Ole fucks around and wins either the league or the Champions League, do you give him a new contract?
Do I give him a new contract?
Yeah,
He won't win the he won't win anything.
but see, that's why this is a question.
You've got a
that-
contract
it-
already.
it-
See,
it-
Joe,
Yeah, he
Joe,
just
Joe,
signed a
Joe,
new
Joe,
contract.
Joe,
Yeah,
Joe,
contract.
Joe,
He's already
Joe,
got a
Joe,
contract.
Joe, Joe,
I
it's
did
not
say he
possible.
fucks around and
let
does it.
Joe finish. Joe, what were you
I
saying?
did say if he fucks around and does it, right? I'm not saying that he's gonna.
He can't fuck around. He can't fuck around and win anything. He doesn't know how to fuck around. He's that bad.
But if,
Oh,
if he does,
What if he
he
fluked it?
does-
What if he fluked it and he won?
If he
yes,
fluked
but
it
if
and
he
won.
does, yes.
I'm still not giving him a new contract because it's not. He's not. If he okay, the only way Ole wins the trophy, right? The only way he wins,
right,
is if City as in the whole team just gets injured. The same thing with Chelsea. The same thing with Liverpool. I mean, and if probably Pep says, you know what, I quit. I mean, it has to be. It would have to be like something bad would have to happen to Liverpool, City, Chelsea, and probably some other teams too. It's not gonna happen.
Wow.
It's not possible.
Wow.
You can't.
Not with
but
Ole.
wait a
It's
minute.
not possible.
But you're saying that you can't even see.
It will
past
not happen, Joe.
your
I
agenda
could-
against
All right,
Ole.
let's go. Let's quickly go to.
Hypothetical
Let's quickly go to Kay. Kay, last question. You're the last person. The last question. So Adam could go to bed. Adam, thank you for staying up because Adam is 15 hours ahead of us and 9 hours ahead of. Kay, do you have a question for anybody?
Nice one, Adam.
This is probably to everyone. What's the best outcome you can see in this team this season? The best possible outcome. Not what you think, not what you want to happen, what you think will happen. The best possible outcome to each person.
At this stage, I think we're finishing 5th or 6th.
Damn.
I do. We're not top 4 material. No way.
Wow.
Looking like it.
Yeah,
We're not finishing. We're 5th or 6th. And that's what the same as we were a few years ago. At this stage, at this stage, I'm really think we can turn it around, but I don't know how we're going to turn it around. But at this stage, we're finishing 5th or 6th. Like the game against Newcastle, with Ronaldo, all the hype around that, we still didn't play well that day.
No, really,
you know
no.
what I mean? We still didn't. Anyone thinks we've played well this season, they're not watching the same game as me because we haven't played well.
True. We haven't played well at all.
Every game we've started poorly, and then somehow whatever games we've won, I don't know how. Ronaldo, we won that game on the back of Ronaldo's hype and everything like that. Everything from that day, the Leeds game was the same. The Leeds game, they were missing some easy goals, you know, and if they could put their chances away, we would have been struggling in that game as well. So there's nothing for me to say that we're going to finish top 4, and there's nothing for me to say. And you know me, I love the 90s, so I want that FA Cup, you know. There's nothing for me to say we're going to win a cup. We're going to win a trophy.
Champions League.
You know, we're definitely, mate. We're not even close. We're not. Grab the Champions League, put it in a cup, and just place it over there nicely. Just because that's what's going to happen there. Now, I agree. I can't even see us getting out of this group.
Wow.
Right.
Who else can answer Kay's question quickly?
Yeah, I'll answer.
All right, go on, Ken.
Best possible outcome is we win the FA Cup. And he has to do that. If he wins the FA Cup, we have to give him credit. We have to say, okay, you've won a trophy. We can't all be like, we have to say, as United fans, I think we owe it to ourselves to be honest and say things how it is. You know, if he wins the FA Cup, I think, and makes top 4, so wins FA Cup and makes top 4, we have to say, okay, it's not the greatest of seasons, but we'll accept it. And you have to do more.
Ken, what if he does what Van Gaal did, won it and finished 5th by 1 point? Would you still?
No, fuck them.
Oh, Brentford just scored.
Oh shit.
Oh yes.
Damn, I just dropped
we need that decent draw.
Don't be surprised. Liverpool will turn it around.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But that would be a good outcome. On my final comment, my issue with Ole is that he's not learning on the job. He's still making
I can agree with Ken.
Because if he's coming, I don't mind someone coming in, like, because in life everyone deserves a chance, right? Everyone, we all have kids. I'm sure most of us have kids. We're all praying that our kids will get the best job that they don't qualify for. But then it's what you do after you get that job.
Yeah.
Once you get it, like, you're meant to do as an IT engineer, I'm in the cloud industry. You have to go and learn about that job and make sure you're the best at it. But he's not learning. He keeps making the same old mistake, the same old decision, the same poor in-game management. So yeah, he has to win something this season. And I think FA Cup is his best opportunity. But saying that, he'll probably go and rest, make some changes when he gets to semi-final, and then mess up the whole thing.
Well, on that note, we've had a great day. I mean, this has been one of the best this has been one of the best. I know I had to be a day whereby United plays so bad, but what this has shown is the passion and the honesty fans are showing. Like, listen, it is what it is. No sugarcoating, there's no filters. You said it how you felt it, and this is why we're United fans. We want the best for this club, but obviously, this whole week now, I had to listen and watch my phone from a Liverpool fan constantly. Blah, 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 blah. And it is what it is. There's nothing I could do about it. It is what it is. And it's sad. I want Ole to do well. I really wanted to do well. I wanted him to win the Carabao Cup. I wanted to win as much trophies. But obviously, because I believe he has all the tools there. But he's still bringing the same formula from last season with a new team, and it's not working. Like you guys have said, he has to change something very quick and in a hurry, because he's staring down the barrel of a gun. Because if we don't come out of that group with 11 points at least, I don't know what to say, and end up back in Europa and Thursday, Sunday again.
Surely he has to be sacked for that.
We can't. There's no progression then. That means with right winger, solid defender, world-class striker, you still can't do it. Then you got to go. You got
Imagine
to go.
Ronaldo playing in the Europa League.
Oh my God!
That will be
that has to be in his contract. That has to be in his contract.
Ronaldo is gonna be like, what? Why the hell did I come here?
Europa League.
He'll leave if he goes Europa
He's
League.
never been in Europa League.
He'll be gone.
He'll leave.
In his museum, he
Ronaldo
wouldn't
is
have
never-
one.
I'll put it
He wouldn't have one in his
one.
museum. So
Well, guys, it's
might be
been
something to look forward to.
absolute
that was
pleasure.
amazing goal by
Adam,
Ben
thank
Craig.
you. You're the furthest in the world out there. I know it's late for you. Thank you for coming
big
on.
up Adam, man. Well
Adam
done,
was
man.
on the
Well done,
podcast
Adam.
even last night. He predicted, unfortunately, that prediction, because he's so trusted in this
It was
team.
it was a hopeful prediction.
I said 1-1, and Bruno and I fucked it up.
Hey,
Oh,
that's true. Mr. Peaceful Joe said
I
1-1.
said 1-1. Let's say
And,
it's like a 1-1.
Bruno
I'm
was
impressed,
about
yo.
to
I'm
make it
impressed
1-1,
with
and
the
that he couldn't even do that. Bloody
Yeah.
hell, mate. Well, viewers, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you disagree with these brothers here, drop your comments. If you agree with them, drop your comments. This is where we are. Aston Villa have beaten Man United. Man United have lost the first game at home in the Premier League this season. Game 6. The only consolation, Chelsea lost at home. From us is goodbye and good night. Adam, thank you very much.
One more for
Joe,
K.
just a quick one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
say
Tim.
something.
Yeah, go on.
So we're playing Villarreal on Wednesday. Just a quick one. In 2 hours, Villarreal are playing Real Madrid tonight. So if you want to watch and see how they deal against Real Madrid,
Villarreal, they're going to home or away? Are they?
they're away to Real Madrid.
Away
Oh,
to-
okay. What time is that? What time's kick off?
8 o'clock UK time. So in 2 hours.
That's 2 hours.
Okay.
That's 2
Okay, so
o'clock our
that's
time.
2 o'clock our time.
I'll look at it.
Joe,
I'll
watch
watch
that
it.
game, man. Joe, watch that game, man.
Yeah, that's good.
Who's broadcasting it? What channel is it on?
It's
I
one
think it's
all.
on La
1-0,
Liga
boys.
TV channel.
1-0.
1-0.
Joe, you know, I
Yeah,
might start
yeah.
going to look for
What
a
did I
new
tell you with
client.
Liverpool? Liverpool will come
It's
back.
just 1-0. 1-0, mate.
Oh, really?
Liverpool are good. I told you Liverpool will come back.
Oh,
Yeah, they
God.
always come back, man.
They've got a
Liverpool,
system.
Liverpool don't panic and they trust the system. They
Yeah,
play
exactly.
one way and they trust the
That
system.
is the word. There's a
That's what Fergie
system
used to do. Don't
which
panic. Play
we
the way we
don't
play. It will come.
have. We
What a
don't
beautiful cross,
have
man.
a system. And we're done. From us, Vimal, thank you. Vimal, K and Ken, thank you for representing UK. On the fan, Bems and our peacemaker here, Joe. Sammy had left earlier because he had something to do representing the United States and Houston Red Army. From us is goodbye and good night. Glory, glory, man.
Thanks,
United.
everyone.
We
Nice
wait
one, guys.
till
Yeah,
our
nice
next
one.
one, which will be next
Y'all be
week.
safe, man.
Have a nice one, guys. Take care. God
Bye,
bless.
See you
everyone.
guys.
Yeah, guys. Take
Chat
care.
soon.
Take
Bye.
care.
Peace out.